Okay, so this is a typical setup for the game. I have 3 squadron points worth of units here. This is 1 point, this is 1 point, and these 2 guys are the 3rd point. And this is the setup for the Americans. The Montauk is going to be a mothership, and it has 6 build points in the engines and 4 in the weapons. And it has its secret weapon is time travel. Go back in time to re-roll a bad roll, or you can travel into the future and avoid an enemy attack roll. Okay, and this is the Montauk 2, and it's concentrating very heavily on its weapons system. It only has 3 points in its engine system, and it's got the laser gun's secret weapon. 1 squadron can fire twice during its turn. Next we have our Roswell class ships, which are the smaller ships, and they only have 5 build points apiece. So this one has 4 in weapons and only 1 in engines. And then this second Roswell, which is in the same squadron, has 3 points in engines and 2 in weapons. And its secret weapon is a cloaking device. It cannot target or be targeted for 1 round. And this cloaking device as a secret weapon is used for both of these ships simultaneously. Here is the German side, and it has the identical setup in the fact that it has 2 motherships and 2 fighter ships. That is worth 3 squadron points. And its build setup, this is the Hannibal 1, which is a mothership class, and it's pretty evenly spaced. It has 5 and 5. Evenly distributed build points, and its secret weapon is the mind control ray, and that means you can take control of 1 enemy ship for 1 round. And the next is the Hannibal 2, and it has 6 build points in its weapons and 4 in engines, and its secret weapon is the reconfigure array, which you can redistribute your build points of this particular ship, which means what you can do is if you're down to like 4 engines and like 2 weapons, you can move your 4 points worth of movement points to get up to an enemy, and then you can use your reconfigure array to take up to all except 1 of these build points and put it into your weapons, and you can do that point's worth of bonus damage into your weapons. But once you reconfigure it and once you put it all into weapons, that's it. You can't go back and use this again. You're pretty much stuck with whatever configuration you use. And the next I have 2 Bell ships, Bell 1 and Bell 2, and they're both worth 5 build points apiece. This one has 3 in engines and 2 in weapons. This one is the exact opposite. And its secret weapon is a disruptor ray, and that's 1 enemy ship loses a turn. So you just zap it with the disruptor array, and that particular ship loses a turn. So that's with the secret weapons. Now once you use a secret weapon card, you have to discard it, and you can't use it. So it's best if you hang on to them until you're like at the end, or you're really desperate, or if you have a powerful one and you want to come out swinging, use one right at the very beginning of the game. So with the secret weapon cards, we shuffle them up and you pick them at random, so it's a random draw for the secret weapons. That way you can't like cherry pick out the really good ones and leave the really bad ones. Okay, some other secret weapons cards is this advanced targeting secret weapon. When damage is dealt to an enemy, you as the attacker get to choose where the build point gets taken out away from, rather than the person who is operating that ship. So if your enemy were to take all their build points off of the engines and only leave 1 point in their engines and like have a bunch in weapons, you can use this advanced targeting to take that 1 point out of that engine and just effectively destroy that ship even though it has a bunch of build points left. Next secret weapon we have is teleportation. You can disappear and then reappear anywhere on the board, and this one will be good to use to get a jump on your enemy at the beginning of the game. And basically what you would do is if you had your teleportation on this particular ship, you can just pick this ship up and you can put it right back here, or you can put it anywhere on the board during your movement turn. So that's a pretty good one, because that means basically you would have unlimited range when you used that secret weapon. This next secret weapon is the Hangar Queen, and basically what that is you destroy one of your allied ships and redistribute your build points from that ship amongst the rest of your fleet. But note that no ship can exceed its original build points. So like if you had some of these little Bell ships here and they were getting knocked down and you only had like 3 points left in it, and you were missing some points out of some of your motherships, you could destroy that ship or both of those ships. If it was attached to these two ships, you could actually destroy both of them or one. It's your choice. And then you take whatever build points are remaining for that ship and take them and put them over here onto one of your other damaged ships. As long as you don't exceed 10 points in that ship, or whatever the maximum amount of build points that ship had at the beginning of the game. So that's the special weapons and the setup for this game. I'm going to give you a close-up of, this is the actual page of rules that I was reading off of. This is the raumkrieg Antarctica rules. So each fleet consists of squadron points. 1 squadron point equals 10 build points and 1 secret weapon card. You use the build points to make either A, 1 mothership, or 2 fighters, or you can make 5 drones that have 1 point in each system. I really wouldn't recommend to have 5 drones because they really suck, and you'll get your ass kicked. So each ship has 2 systems, your weapon system and your engine system. Your weapons control your weapon range and your attack bonus that you add on to your attack roll. Your engines control the speed of your vehicle, or the distance you can travel in your turn. Now with the speed of you can split it up to where you can move and then shoot and then move back within your turn, as long as you have enough points to do that. So if you have like 6 points in your engines, you can move up 3 and then fire and then move back 3, or you can move up 4 and move back 2, or whatever you want to do. So there is no restriction on, like, there is no movement phase. You just have a turn with that particular unit. Okay, use a D10 dice to dissolve all attacks. Ships are destroyed when either system reaches 0. And that's pretty much it. Well, you just use the regular rules, like you roll for initiative, and you you take turns. You switch off, like one person moves one of their squadrons, and then the next person moves their squadron, back and forth. And you can basically make up your own house rules with this game. This is I completely made this game up from scratch, so this is all completely free source, open source rules, so you can make as many house rules as you want and just use this basic engine. The thing I like about this game is it's completely customizable. It doesn't take a lot of time to set up. You can virtually make your ships instantly. I mean, in a few seconds you can build your entire fleet however you want. Now, you don't have to use gaming stones to build your fleets with, but I found it was a lot easier to do it that way. Instead of writing in pencil and then erasing and then scratching it out and putting the next one, it's like, you take damage. Okay. And you're instantly, all your stats are right. Oh, you take another damage. Oh, I'm going to pick this one. Okay. So, I mean, it really helps you to keep track of your stats, and you don't have to write up and erase and all that kind of crap. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.